Right now is the worst time to build a hardware startup. Everywhere I look, hardware startups are failing left and right. Why is this happening now? Is it AI taking over? Or are people just less interested? I've always thought it'd be cool to launch a physical product, something you can actually hold. So what happens when you try to build one anyway? That's what I'm about to find out. We're going to dive into why hardware startups are dying and why I'm still building one anyway. This is SproutSitter, a smart plant monitor that knows your plant's needs. I came up with this idea over 4 years ago, and I finally decided to commit my time to actually building it. What does it do? Well, for starters, if it's thirsty, it'll start to pant. And when you water your plant, it'll be happy. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi, but for plants. It has a variety of emotions: happy, thirsty, cold, and yummy, just to name a few. I want people to feel like their plant is actually alive and not just something they water once a week. So why is launching it so hard? It looks simple enough, right? On the surface, it might seem simple, but underneath, there's a lot going on. It needs multiple sensors to collect accurate data that's actually useful. The animations have to flow naturally so the plant feels alive. And the case has to look good while still being functional and durable. As you can see, it's still a little rough. I have a long way to go. Honestly though, these are all just normal challenges when building a new product. But here's the thing, hardware is extremely risky. Most never make it past prototyping, and it's not just luck. Just a tiny mistake in design, testing, or supply chain management can completely derail a project. Why is it even harder now? I finally finished my PCB design after 2 months of learning everything completely from scratch, reading data sheets, studying schematics, and figuring out how all the components fit together. When I went to order it, there was a cost I completely forgot to consider: tariffs. Because of the trade war with China, importing electronics into the US can be hit with up to 55% tariffs. And that's exactly what happened to me. More than half the costs of my product were added on right on top. And if you think that's crazy, there's talks about raising the tariffs to 100% in November. Yikes. That would almost double prices overnight. Suddenly, what was a fair deal could be out of reach for most customers. And that's just the main board before you even get to shipping, packaging, or profit. The price would even be higher. And just when I thought tariffs were going to be the biggest problem, it's not just tariffs. China threatened to restrict rare earth exports. You might be thinking, rare earth? How does some rock affect your product? Many electronics and hardware actually rely on them. These materials are used in everything from LED displays, with elements like europium and terbium creating color, to magnets inside the hard drive, and even semiconductors that power modern chips. So I just gave up, right? Wrong. I said a prayer and decided to place my PCB order anyways. That might sound insane, but I have a plan. Even if I manage to get the product made, there's another problem: capturing people's attention. With AI content and brain rot videos and endless trends flooding feeds everywhere, it's harder than ever to get someone to stop scrolling. I've uploaded over 60 shorts to my channel, and the best performing one, it was a low quality trending audio I jumped on at the last second. It's at almost 100,000 views. That's crazy. Meanwhile, the videos I spend hours creating barely hit 1,000 views. Attention is a scarce resource, and if nobody is noticing your product, it doesn't matter how amazing it is. It made me realize that quality doesn't always win. Timing and trends do. Studies show that 97% of hardware startups fail. One of the biggest reasons was lack of demand. No one even cared about the product they were building. They overspend a lot of money on a whim that their product will be a hit. That's why I'm testing early, getting feedback, and bootstrapping. Yes, it's risky with all of these challenges. High failure rates, insane tariffs, and a difficult market. But I'm not giving up. What's next for SproutSitter? I'll keep putting out videos, building an audience that actually cares about my product. And then I'll launch. Even if it fails and tariffs make the product out of reach, I'll still gain something valuable: experience and knowledge. This might be the worst time to start a hardware startup, but maybe that's exactly what makes it worth trying. If you found this interesting, please subscribe to support me. I'll be sharing every step of the journey, the mistakes, the discoveries, and hopefully the little wins too.